Pops picked the place up for $1,500 back in 1964. My grandfather was a drinker back in the day, he'd put him down. But a war is known to change a man, and the whiskey's known to change a man. That's not me. I rarely drink from the bottle, but I'll smoke a little weed. I still live in the sticks where you wouldn't go, in a town of 1,200 off an old dirt road, and a country boy is all I'll ever be. Now it's been 12 years since I sold my soul to the devil in LA. He said, sign your name here on the dotted line, and your songs they all will play. He set up shop on Sunset, he put me up at the Marquee. He said, you wanna sell 1,000,000 records, boy, better listen to me. He said, change your style, widen your smile, you could lose a couple pounds. And if you wanna live this life, you'd better lose that wife. Do you need your friends around? And I said, no, that's not me. 'Cause the biggest things in life are your friends and family. And I like my jeans and my old t-shirts, and a couple extra pounds never really hurt. 'Cause a country boy is all, and a country boy is all I'll ever be.
So the next day, I went to the spot where Kyle and I had hunted on opening day. Had almost the same results. Had a hunter come through my setup and pretty much just spook all the birds off the ridge. I had one bird come up gobbling to the edge of the field later in the morning, but never did see him. That following Saturday, I rode up to meet Kyle and we went hunting a spot that he got permission to hunt at. He had seen birds, but really couldn't get on them. We went in and set up on this field by these power lines, and what we didn't know is as we were setting up, there were two birds roosted directly about 80 yards straight in front of us. Could not have set up any more perfect. Literally 15 minutes after we got through setting up, the birds started gobbling. How we didn't spook them out of there is beyond me, but as you'll see in the footage, these birds were really hot, and they came in right off the roost. I did have you already. So after checking the footage and waiting for about an hour and a half or so, we went and checked our arrows. It seemed that Kyle's shot was pretty good. The bird was quartering a little bit, but it was a good shot. After my arrow hit the blind, it seemed to direct in the back end of the bird, but after inspecting the arrow, it seemed that it might have just been all feathers. So our excitement went to frustration pretty fast once we realized that my bird wasn't a lethal hit, or even really a hit at all. And when we went to go look for Kyle's bird that we thought was surely dead, we ended up pushing that bird, and he ended up going through the woods, and we could never get on him and find him again. So we sat down, and maybe a couple hours later, we sat there, not even an hour, and we filmed these two hens that came in, and we filmed them dusting themselves, which is the first time I'd ever seen that while I was hunting. And we kind of both just sat there and was just jokingly saying, you know, hey, maybe there's a Tom on the other side of that hill we can't see, and he's strutting around behind these hens. Well, sure enough, no sooner did we say that, but these hens dropped down off the hill, started heading down into the field towards our decoys, and what comes up over the hill but this big old Tom in tow. And he came over, and it's almost instantaneous. Once he saw the decoy, he just bolted right past the hens, ignored them, and came marching right into the decoys, or right into the Jake decoy. And he put on a little show, and Kyle decided that, you know, it looked like we had two lost birds, so he was going to take a shot at this bird. And you'll see, it didn't take long. He put a great shot on it. So something we realized later on was that in between all the excitement and action, we had forgot to turn Kyle's external mic back on his camera. So for the rest of the day, we had no sound, no audio, which was really unfortunate because there was a lot of action going on, and there was a lot of comedy going on in the blind. We were both pretty excited, and I would have liked to heard some of the commentary that was going on in the blind. So after Kyle made a good shot on this bird, we let him sit for a while, and we were kind of just sitting in the blind, and the hens were still hanging around, so they were kind of doing some yelping and clucking, and after, I don't know, it wasn't even that long, 15-20 minutes, all of a sudden right behind the blind we hear more than one bird gobbling, and Kyle peeks around the corner and says, there's two toms right in the field, right next to the blind. So we sat there, and I got my bow ready. We knew my bird that I shot at earlier it seemed like a clean miss, so I got my bow ready, and I have to say my adrenaline was just flying through my veins. These two birds came in, they were so close to the blind, and Kyle kept telling me, they're coming. I couldn't see them, but they came right out, and one of them looked like he might have had a double beard. It was hard to tell, but he was the one that I was going to take a shot at. So these two birds came in, and we let them get comfortable. I should say let me get comfortable. And this time I had no excuses other than the adrenaline flowing through me, and I took a shot on this bird and hit him back. As you'll see the shot, it's hard to see on the film, but the shot hit him back. Although it wasn't a great shot, the bird went over by a bush, and he laid down for quite a long time, and we sat there and watched him, and we couldn't really get up and get another arrow at him because the other bird was just standing there the whole time. When we eventually went to go do that, we ended up jumping up that bird, and he just went off into the woods, and we tried to track him down and could never find him. He was definitely not doing too well, but
had a pretty rough hunt.
Exciting,
but very exciting.
So after like about 7 hours of hunting the whole morning, we were 1 for 4. We ended up pushing a couple birds that, after giving them plenty of time, we just couldn't find them, and they pretty much got away. And one clean miss, we believe, and Luckily, Kyle put this one nice bird down.
Diesel truck, and my idea of heaven's chasing whitetail bucks. And as a country boy, you know I can survive. Now 2 flags fly above my land and really sum up how I feel. One is the colors that fly high and proud, the red, the white, the blue. The other one's got a rattlesnake with a simple statement made. Don't tread on me is what it says, and I'll take that to my grave. Because this is me.